Hello, Vicky and Sasha. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, I'm
Good,
good.
good, good,
Hi.
good. Excellent. Congratulations on Silver Haze arriving in theaters March 1 and on VOD March 12. Vicky, let me start with you. This character, Frankie, kind of hits close to home, doesn't it? Because Frankie is a healthcare worker and a burn victim, which is similar to your own personal experience. When playing a character that you share a lot in common with, does that make it easier or all the more challenging to play Frankie?
A bit of both, to be honest with you. I mean, Silver Haze is based on true events in my life, but not the whole, the truth. It's been dramatized quite a lot. But playing myself as such, I mean, it was a lot easier than Dirty God, my first film that I worked with Sacha on. Um, but also it was just amazing to be able to share part of my story within the film. Um, but no, I absolutely loved it. It was great.
And Sasha, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this your second collaboration with Vicky, right?
You're right.
Talk to me about this director-actor relationship that you have with Vicky as a filmmaker. What is it that you see in Vicky the performer?
So I met her the first time when I shot Dirty God with her, and at that time we were looking for a real burn survivor. The film was about an acid attack survivor, and we found Vicky, and Vicky was just magnetic on screen. She was such a good actress, and she wasn't afraid, and she was like willing to go everywhere for the character and give so much to the part. And then afterwards, the film was a success. It went to Sundance. We traveled all over the world together, and the two of us both had like the desire to work on something again. But then I said, okay, if we are going to do something again, let's do a character that's more close to you, because in the meantime I got to know her really well, and I got to know her family, and I heard her story, and I was so fascinated about her own story that I thought, like, why don't we try to make it into a film?
And let me follow up on that. You directed a couple of episodes of Hannah series. I assume that was part of the what compelled you to cast Esme as Vicky's co-star in this film. Is that right? How did Esme get on board this project?
Yes, so I was directing Hannah, and I got to know Esme, and I also thought like she was so like fantastic in front of the camera, and at that time I just asked her, do you want to be part of this sort of crazy film, which is going to be completely different than Hannah, and it will have like no makeup and no trailers and no costume. You will have to do everything yourself because it's going to be a very free film. And she loved doing it, and she loved Vicky from the moment she met her and found her really inspiring. So I thought their connection was great.
And Vicky, on that same note, you shared several emotionally driven and intimate scenes with Esme in this film. What was your process with Esme in creating that chemistry between Frankie and Florence, and what's it like working with Esme?
The relationship part of it, I was a bit worried in the beginning because I remember saying to Sash, like, this is, like I've never met the girl before, and it was quite a intimate relationship that Frankie and Florence had in the film. Um, but from the minute I met her, I said to Sash, like, well done for casting her because she's great. Like she's such a great actress to work with, and like just she was so comfortable on set as well, and even off set as well. Like we had a great friendship off camera as well as in front of the camera, and it was just I think she's an amazing actress, and yeah, really honored to work with her, to be honest.
Vicky, if I hope you don't mind my asking this, I'm curious. Do you still work as a healthcare assistant at a hospital?
I do,
Uh,
yes, I do.
Well,
Yeah,
I've spoken to a lot of actors. I've interviewed a lot of actors over the years, and many of them, when I ask them what kind of advice would they give to aspiring actors, they say jump in with both feet. But in your situation, you seem to have one foot in and one foot out. How has that decision helped you as an artist or as a performer or as an actor?
Um, I don't know. A lot of people do say to me, "Oh, why are you doing this job? Like when I'm in the hospital, or why don't you go be a full-time actress?" And I don't know. I think I just see the reality of things. Like, and I would love to be an actress full time. Of course, who wouldn't want to be? If I could do it full time, I would. But I think working in a hospital and being able to make that difference to people's lives, you know. And I've had people before when I did Dirty God come up to me and say that the Dirty God changed their way of thinking or changed their view on life. And to me, I'm doing both, you know, on the screen and off screen. And I know that I can, it's a bit morbid, but I know that I can go to my grave knowing that I've made a difference in someone's life, you know, because life isn't easy. Life's a journey. And that's what Silver Haze shows as well, is, you know, you do not know what is around the corner. Like, it can be taken away from you within a split second. And to be able to I don't know, advise people not to give up if life throws a ball at you. Just catch it and run with it.
I love
Don't
that.
let
Yeah.
it knock.
I'm sorry, finish your thought.
No, I'm just saying, just don't let it knock you down. You know, just keep going for your goal, and I'm sure people will succeed.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Sasha, the logistics of this film speaks volumes about how you managed to work within your budget as a filmmaker. It's the local neighborhood, the local pub, the ocean, the beaches. So not only does the story feel personal, but the locations also feel personal. It's spaces that people can relate to. Talk to me about the joys and the challenges of being an independent filmmaker working on projects where you basically use anything simple around you.
So this was made in a very simple way, that we had almost a documentary crew while shooting it, but we didn't want it to look like a documentary. I think the crew worked really hard into making it like much more than a documentary. But we used the place where Vicky grew up. Vicky's own sister is in the film, her own brother is in the film, her nephew's in the film. So it's really, yeah, everybody contributed. Also, Esme's dad has a song in the film. Esme's own music is in the film. So I feel like it's really like a collaboration with a small group of people that gave everything for this film. And it was sometimes very stressful. As I said before, like there was no makeup or costumes, but that meant that I was calling Vicky or Esme every night, like, please bring your green socks, please bring this, don't forget this. And sometimes in the morning we wouldn't know where we would shoot at night because we didn't have a location yet. So it was a lot of stress on that front, but on the other hand, we had a lot of time and we had a lot of freedom, and we also had a lot of fun making it.
That's awesome, and it shows in the film. And finally, this question is for both of you, especially because Sasha, you wrote the script as well. This movie deals with some heavy themes with regards to relationship and personal traumas. What is it that you hope the dynamics of Franky and Florence would convey to the audiences? What do you hope they take away from it? Let's start with you, Vicky.
Realism, I think, as well. You know, because every relationship has problems. There's not one relationship out there that can say that they've never had an argument, they've never had a fight, they've never had a breakup. It's the real life of it. And, you know, and not every relationship is perfect, but also Franky and Florence's relationship just goes to show that two different people want two different things in life. And, you know, it's, I don't know how to end it really. It's just more of like being real about it, I guess.
Well, I think their relationship is, I mean, in the beginning, you already see that Florence has given up on life, and she has lots of possibilities. And Franky's character is like, has so much fight, is so fighting so much for life, for living, and for just, yeah, I mean, she's not a victim. It's such a hopeful character in a way, that she just goes on to get justice and to find a new family if her own family is not helping her enough at that moment. So I think like Franky's character is a character that just goes on and fights for everything. And I think that's also why their relationship is not working at that moment, because Florence had given up already.
All right, for my fans of home, everybody go check out Silver Haze, arriving in theaters March 1 and on VOD March 12th. Vicky and Sasha, thank you for talking to me and congratulations.
Thank you so much.